ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the first of our Opens games of the Mixed Opens. Please put your hands together and welcome our referees, Mr. Brett Freshwater, Kendall Muir, and Jordan Randall. And introducing the New South Wales team, led by their captain number 10, Jessica Rosero, and number 11, Jared Rottimer. Number 1, Alia Packy. Number 2, Jess Potts. In 3, Bailey Ritchie. 4, Logan Flanagan. In 5, Connor Edwards. Number 6, Matt Atkins. In 7, Rachel Jeffs. In 8, Clay Studdard. 9, Blake Potts. Number 12, Dylan Thompson. 13, Christopher Williams. And the 14 is Josh Rosero. And your Queensland side, led by captain number 6, Catherine Stevens. And number 8, Sam Carney. Number 1, James Pettis. In 2, Israel Flowers. In 3, James Price. 4, Kane Muller. In 5, Jamie Block. In 7, Andrew Swell. Number 9, Rebecca Cooley. In 11, Adam Russell. 12, Drew Price. In 13, Lisa Marmite. 14, Tyler Ward. And 17, Wilson Ross. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you all to be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem.
Well, the stage is set as the sun sets here at Coffs Harbour International Stadium. It is a massive fixture here for the 2022 State of Origin in the Mixed Opens division. James Preston and Australian and New South Wales representative across the years, Jackson Mills, joining me in the box. Jackson, this one should be an absolute cracking fixture, of course. We saw New South Wales claim this particular division last year, which in turn led to them claiming the entire series in that final match.
Yeah, it is interesting. It was a good hit out last year against these two teams. A couple of new faces, though. A couple of very experienced campaigners for New South Wales. You can't go past the 12, Dylan Thompson. Very experienced campaigner, has represented Australia in many Trans-Tasman tests and plus also a world champion, winning a World Cup on numerous occasions. We've also got Rosario making his comeback into the Mixed Opens fixture. So I'm telling you what, this is a game that's going to shape up quite nicely.
Well, Jackson, we do actually have a little bit of extra time here, so we might go through the entire team list. Take us through New South Wales. I won't make you do Queensland. I know you're a proud New South Wales boy.
Starting off in the New South Wales mixed side, we've got 1 through 14. Packy, Potts, Ritchie, Logan Flanagan in the 4, had an outstanding campaign last year. Connor Edwards, Matthew Atkins, Rachel Jeffs, Studden, Blake Potts, Jessica Shanahan, Jared Rottimer, Dylan Thompson, Christopher Williams, and Josh Rosario.
It's a very strong lineup, of course, coached by Carly Banks, who was inducted into the 50-year Jubilee Indigenous side about a week ago. So congratulations to Carly, a great personality on and off the field when it comes to touch footy. And for Queensland, 1 through 14, it is a very big sign as well. And of course, no number 10, but we do have a 17 in the form of Wilson Groff. But outside of that, the 1 is Hegedus. Bella Files, a very big player to watch for Queensland, certainly can carve them up. The 3 is James Price. 4, Katie Mallett. 5 is Jamin Bobb. 6, and releasing an album potentially, is Cat Stevens. 7 is Andrew Searle. 8, Sam Carmody. 9, Rebecca Golding. The 11 is Adam Russell. 12 is Drew Price. 13, Lisa Maimai. The 14 is Tyler Ward, who was an absolute gun in the Inferno National Touch League back in May. And of course, the number 17 is Wilson Groff. They are coached by Michael Bartz. And just on Tyler Ward as well, Jackson, I know you've got a very high recommendation of him as a player. What does he bring to the side?
Yeah, he's really come into his own in the past sort of 12 months, Tyler Ward. He's got the ability to pass both ways. He's got such good awareness, good footwork. He's literally the definition of a touch football player.
Well, we are underway here. New South Wales, the first use of possession. Thompson getting all the way through and going all the way without a touch. It's a great way to start for New South Wales. Just 15 seconds on the clock, and they lead 1-0.
Mentioned him at the start, Dylan Thompson, using his experience for the first 30 seconds of this match. Look on the replay, he just looks like nothing's going on. A little bit of deception. Just catching old Drew Price on the out. And New South Wales 1-0 up early in this first half.
Here's Bob back to Price. Price getting the ground quickly. All the touch just comes in, though, from Richie. That was very close stuff. Of course, Bob is certainly one to watch for Queensland. Here he is now with the ball. Finding Price. Oh, but away. Here they come, New South Wales. Can he go the distance? Edwards is running away from him. Chasing, but he won't go. A trot. New South Wales, what a start for the Blues.
Great start for New South Wales. Edwards plucking the ball out of the air. I thought Queensland had an actually quite dominant attacking set there, but New South Wales running the length of the field. Just taking it off Queensland. I thought they were in for sure, especially this play on the replay. I think he just could have got left. Queensland could have crossed, but Connor Edwards, what a try for the Blues.
Queensland, though, now looking to hit back. I'll touch it here on the 7-metre mark. Ooh, just getting away from the initial attempt there from Rosero. Now there's an option over the top, keeping the width beautiful, and Queensland will strike back. So it's a real triathlon to begin this one. Lovely, floating right to left cutout pass, Jackson.
Making it look too easy there, Andrew Searle. Another player had a great campaign at the National Touch League here at Coffs Harbour it was. He's actually been playing a bit of rugby league, Searle. He says he's loving it, playing it in the... he's actually playing halfback this season. Said he's absolutely loving his rugby league. So if you can see skills like that, being able to throw that long ball, be a really dominant player in league, especially in that half role.
Of course, we've seen the great Andrew Johns being a huge advocate for touch footy over the last 2 years or so, suggesting more league players should spend plenty more time working there. And Logan Flanagan works that one over the try line. Now, this is a woman who certainly does know how to find it. 4 tries in game 1 last year. She's now picked up her first for the afternoon. And based on that, well, we might see another 4 coming in this first fixture for Logan.
It's a great play. Look at Potts just hanging out the back, the 9, about to get the ball. It's called a passive play where he sits just a little bit deeper, not actually pushing his way through the hole or the unders line, as they call it, but just chilling back and waiting for the ball to come to him, catching it just on the outside of the defending link.
A wonderful time about the play there from New South Wales. It does set up another try for them. 3 tries to 1. They lead Queensland. Last play now here for the Maroons. Once more, a long pass over the top. Files is there, and they've gone wing to wing for their first 2 tries here, Queensland. And they are still managing to keep pace here with the Blue.
Again, two sets from Queensland, 2 back-to-back tries, both hitting the winger on both occasions. First, it was Searle. Now it's Adam Russell. He's been doing a lot of CrossFit, Adam Russell. So really starting to come into his own and just digging into the line deep and getting that ball away left to right. And check out the finish from Files up above the head. If there's any AFLW scouts available, probably give a shout out to Files.
Losing his footing there was Potts, of course, the brother of Jess Potts, who's also out there at the moment in the number 2. Have a look for that connection as Thompson turns it back through the middle. Ooh, Atkins got away from them. Hat came off in the process. Oh, lovely cut-out pass here, looking for Potts. Great defence, though, from Queensland. The flick pass comes, Thompson through a gap. Oh, just getting the touch in time. Pegasus as Jackson Mills nearly punches himself in the face.
That's exciting play. Just Potts toying with the defence. Good read by Thompson, actually, to come around the back, and Potts just flicking it, literally creating something out of nothing. Thompson electing his foot speed, but just getting pipped at the line. So, in the end, good defence by Queensland, but New South Wales looking sharp and being gifted. Good field position here.
Yeah, incorrect. Played the ball there from Queensland, so really good field position right on halfway with a full set to play with. Potts will touch it. Heads back to her brother, Blake Potts. Now out to Thompson. Here is Logan Flanagan. Long stride on her. She gets away. She certainly can motor. Ball comes Aaliyah Packy. Rosero. Diminutive, but certainly very agile. Don't you count him out for one moment. Gets the quick strike done to Rosero. Oh, links it beautifully with the wing. The whip was kept nicely. They'll confer here, but I think that's going to be a try. It is indeed. New South Wales go in for their fourth of this one, and they open up a nice little margin with more Jacksonville.
Great try by Rosario, just ducking his way left and right. Getting good strike done real close to the ground and gets the ball back quickly off the deck. He had options on the inside and the outside. Elects to go to the winger. He had Jared Rotema back on the inside for the easy put down, but elects to go to his wife, Jessica, out on the wing.
Well, as they say, happy wife, happy life. You can't go back the other way from her. Not worth the argument, that's for sure, when there's a try on the offering. Here's Searle. Oh, turning it back on the inside. That is beautiful play there from Queensland. Carmody dives over. And how often have we seen those two connect over the years?
Yeah, Searle really injecting himself into this match. He's definitely got the hot hand early. Carmody just jinking, stopping, turning it around. And Searle getting the runners to, getting the defensive line to chase across. Late switch back on the inside. And unfortunately, the defensive link unable to collapse and make the touch on Carmody. So Queensland really sticking it back to New South Wales.
So the other partners out there at the moment, Rachel Jeffs and also Bailey Ritchie, and that is Ritchie supplying the pass. Here he is once more. Jeffs, of course, wearing that number 7 jersey. Queensland will get a chance to work it away from their own line here. On the run, they come quickly, looking to get those fresh players on as we head just shy of the 7-minute mark here. For the mixed opens, it is New South Wales leading Queensland 4 tries to 3. Good little dancing footwork there coming out from Queensland. Here's Wilson Groth with his first touch of the ball. Groth off the right foot. Opens up some play once more. Oh, quick hands. Lovely stuff. Katie Miller says thank you very much. 4 tries apiece.
Katie Miller definitely knows her way across the line, scoring 6 tries in the State of Origin campaign last year. But hang on a second. The referees are calling it back. I'm trying to see what the read is, or the signal from the referees. But I tell you what, while there's a hold-up, the man pointing at the referee, 17, Wilson Groth, he's really come into his own as well. Had a great campaign for the South Queensland Sharks at the NTLs here in Coffs Harbour.
Well, great movement here from Ritchie.
If Wilson gets the ball 7 metres out, he can dive from 7 metres. So if you can see him in a bit of open pasture with early ball in hand, keep your eyes out for the 17 for Queensland.
Very tall as Thompson works it nicely. Oh, Potts is there. And pots and pans, everything goes clattering on that one. The fans love it. He dives in for the 5th try for New South Wales. That's a huge turnaround point there, Jackson. It could have been level ball game at 4 tries apiece, but off the back of that indiscretion that Roth was arguing the point, they've come all the way down the other end, and now they've opened up another big margin here, New South Wales.
Yeah, it's probably the most annoying thing for the defensive team, especially Queensland. I still don't know what happened down that end. I thought it was a try through and through, but for New South Wales to go the length and put one back on Queensland, Queensland still have to keep their heads, because I know that will really hit the emotions.
Last 2 fixtures on this main field, both won by New South Wales sides, and they are in a commanding position in this one as well, as Drew Price goes nice and long, and once more they found space out wide. That's where all the damage is being done for Queensland so far. Those long balls coming from those middle players out to the wings, Jackson.
I think the coaches are going to have a little chat to the New South Wales wingers. Queensland being able to score long on both sides. So Shanahan, you can see, just getting caught a little bit too close to the link. So the wingers probably just need to hang 1 or 2 more metres wide to be able to chase out that ball. Because the women coming into the men's sort of environment, the ball speed is so much faster with the men, and it's really hard to adapt for the women in the mixed game and the mixed setup. So it takes a couple of long balls like that.
Zero, lovely. Back on the inside, Williams, the touch comes. But as you were saying, Jackson, that's how it opens up.
Exactly.
So I'll play it here, still in a good position. Rosero is cutting up over the top to Packy. Oh, jumping back around was Rosero. Just caught there. Hard to believe it's only been 9.5 minutes in this one. We've had so much action already, so many tries. Oh, Searle finding all sorts of room here. Searle is surging. In fact, Carmody it is. Forward he comes.
Still going.
Rosero eventually meets him, and now he decides, I need a bit of a rest after that.
Good Supercoach points for Carmody.
Probably 140 off the back of that. Big numbers. Jason Taumalolo stuff. Groff comes forward. Inside that 7-metre mark, and there's a long dog. You called it, Jackson. He is a man that is potentially being bred with a giraffe. That's huge.
I don't know how he does it. He's so tall. He's literally standing at 6'2", 6'3", but his ability to get at the line is second to none. I reckon he's one of the best in the game at it. Look where he dives from. Like, he's already collapsing himself from the 5-metre mark, and by the time he sticks his arm out, he's already across the line. There's very few people in the game that can, yes, do that, but also defend it. Defending it's another game as well, because he looks like he's going to pass. Next minute, he's at your feet scoring a try.
Well, I'm having a quick scan, and I don't think I've seen a taller player at the grounds here in Coffs Harbour so far across any division. So Groff might well have the biggest reach of the lot, Jackson.
There are two brothers in the under-30s, very experienced campaigns, both Daniel Barton and Tim Barton. They're two giraffes as well.
See, whereas I've probably just been bred with Daly Perry Evans and a giraffe based on my neck. Oh, beautiful ball popping over the top. Rachel Jeffs goes in. They're not happy with it, though, the referees. It'll come back. That forward pass, was it?
Yeah, a little bit of a forward pass by Clay Studden. The number 8 for New South Wales. Had a great campaign last year, actually scoring 5 tries across all 3 games. So,
and a crucial one, too. He scored a try right on the stroke of full time to put it beyond doubt, taking an intercept from James Hope last year. As Bob drops it off here. Now Price shifting on. Oh, good cover defence. I think that might have even been Connor Edwards. Yes, it was, who came across there to just shut it down. Needed to as well. Forward they come now with Studden. Edwards out of dummy half, wrapping around, looking to find support. They've opened it up here. Flanagan just had to halt on a run a little bit. Files came across to slow things down. Edwards up over halfway. Flanagan, oh, great transition from the box. A little bit of a mix-up there, though. I think Potts wanted to get that. Found its way into the arms of Flanagan instead. Quick hands from Thompson. Bob makes the touch now. Thompson, the goose step. Flicking it on. Ball away. Oh, just not finding Jess Potts. But enterprising play from New South Wales. Trying to create something when the flow isn't necessarily there.
A little bit of a breakdown, as you mentioned, from New South Wales. But when Dylan Thompson's at half, if he can come from anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's on halfway or his own try line. When he has the ball in his hands, his quick footwork, as you saw there, he just stops, starts, jumps up in the air, and you don't know which way he's going to go. He's dangerous from all parts of the field.
Well, here he is again, this time getting up into the opposition's end of the field before having a quick little rest. Now Potts drops off and Flanagan distributes from acting half. Rosero caught there. Waiting for players, and they're going to say that one is an incorrect play of the ball. In fact, it might be an issue with the substitutions box. Yes, too many players.
Yep, 7 on call.
I think that's the first one we've seen today on this main field, Jackson.
Yeah, the referees are sticklers for it. They really like to watch the substitutions come on and off. But yeah, you're right. I think that is the first one that's been spotted today. At all training camps, I know the coaches tell the players, make sure we don't have 7 on because it's such a cheap
what a ball. That is brilliant stuff. Usually it's still the one to deliver. This time recipient, and he will love every single part of that. What an absolute rocket from the middle of the pitch.
We spoke about him before. I think it's Tyler Ward coming out of half, throwing that left to right ball. He can throw both ways, but it's a good pickup straight off the deck. Oh, takes 2 steps and still punching through that hole, making it look too easy for Queensland. Now extending the gap by 3.
Just for myself here, I would say, Jackson, outside of Dylan Hennessy, Tyler Ward might have the best flat ripping ball at the line in the game. Great pass he's got. Flanagan tries to get the ground quickly. Now, I think you'll find the score on the screen very much merely a guide. What I've got here is 6-5 Queensland. They have opened up a lead. In fact, 5-all is the official score, so ignore that margin on the screen.
I'm just getting too into it, James. I'm not even keeping score.
Oh, don't worry, I went through this at the Inferno National Touch League. Lee Drennan decided to rinse me for it. Quick play there. Now Bob stepping off the left foot. Last play. This is nice from Queensland. Price was stumbling. The play the ball wasn't quite on the money either, but he really did have both Edwards and also Clay Studden backpedaling there. They weren't going to reach the line in time either.
No, it's actually a good game of footy it's turning into. Both teams going end to end, basically every step, very minimal errors. It's actually a good game of footy. Good display of the mixed opens touch football. And it doesn't get much better than New South Wales against Queensland.
Oh, geez, rough pass at the line. Put Thompson under all sorts of pressure. He felt like he had to get it away. Pass came after the touch, so a change over there in favour of Queensland. Bob falling off the mark. He'll go back now to play it. Drew Price gets it on. Here is Bob once more. Now Price, good meters on offer. How's the transition from the subs box? It's not too bad. A little bit slow on that play, but now Searle is back out there having just scored along with Tyler Ward. So two of the big guns on deck here for Queensland. The dummy comes. Last play now. Searle with a big dummy himself. Back to Ward. Oh, the flick across. Potts just got a touch in time. And the ball also went to deck, but enterprising play from Queensland. About 4 minutes left in this half, Jackson.
Yeah, that would have been something special. Searle really evasive. It's actually interesting. A lot more players are doing it. They're passing that ball back on the inside and then making themselves an option coming around the back. So, like a little wrap or bump play, as they like to call it. So, a lot more players are starting to bring that into their game. And I tell you what, it's very effective.
Rosero flirting with the defensive line. Now drops it off. A chance to get into the backfield here. Flanagan is in support. I think the touch has come across from James Price, though. Yes, the Price is right. He gets there.
I'll tell you what, Flanagan scored that marvellous intercept last year, running the length of the field, and no Queensland player could get near her. So she's got some toe. If they can get her in some open space, be good to see her out and away. Unfortunately, Williams is running himself into the corner, not really giving him too much space to get the ball away. You see a lot of players do it. They run straight to the corner, and it actually takes a lot more time away from them. If they get into the line, sort of slow down a tiny bit, it just gives the attacking players enough time to separate from their defender, then get the ball and make them an option for a try.
Here is Studden, long ball over the top, all well read from Files, and I think the ball travelled forward anyway. This one really well positioned, 5 tries apiece. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Of course, 20-minute fixtures here.
Oh.
Each half with a 5-minute break. 40 minutes in total, State of Origin 2022. Another set to come here for Queensland. Real mix-up in that play the ball there. Who stood out for you so far, Jackson?
Well, I think Searle and Ward, I'd say, have to be the front runners for Queensland, really coming into their own. I'm sure there's 40 minutes to play in the second half. They're just going to continue to build and build. But Dylan Thompson for New South Wales, he's looked sharp coming out of half. And Potts been really good for him, but it's Drew Price into the in goal.
Price looking for support here. Can he find it? Finally, there's a link-up play, but I think, no, they said he's evaded everybody. So Katie Maller's gone in for another one, and Queensland all of a sudden have the lead. Let's have a look at that again on the replay, because that was evasive.
If we can get this on the replay, watch Drew Price's right foot when he hits the corner of the in goal. So he gives it back to his brother. Now watch this step. Right, he's running into the corner. Studden's chasing, but unfortunately, yeah, he comes off his right foot. Studden goes walking past him. The great evasion by the Price brothers. And it was Katie Maller with the try for Queensland.
Get that back up. We get the chances. Thompson goes long and finds Flanagan, but the ball is going to be called back here. So Queensland get another chance, just over a minute remaining. We'll see if we can get that replay, still working with a final minute on the clock, especially given we've got a bit of room to move here, given we're down Queensland's end. But certainly some good performers on both sides of the pitch. Thompson, as you mentioned, been really good. Clay Studden was brilliant last year. Haven't seen a great deal of him in this first match, though, but plenty of time for Clay to still leave an impression. Of course, the brother of Matty Studden, who has also played Origin at rugby league level. And there is Files for the corner. And file that under delicious. That's beautiful. 7-5.
That's just typical Queensland. Starting from their half, hard, straight, direct running with some structure, crisp, skillful ball speed, just putting Files in the corner. That is textbook Queensland.
And Tyler Ward involved once again. He's got that beautiful pass both directions, as you've mentioned. He's making New South Wales pay as Rosero goes on the charge. Packy's out there as well. He waits at dummy half. However, Rosero trying to encourage penalty from the referee. They've got to step up here, Queensland, or it surely must come. Geez, I've seen them give it away for far less than this. Searle finally makes the touch. Wrapping around his Packy. Ball over the top. Flanagan kept the whip beautifully. And in she dies, beating the cover defence of Carmody. And 7 points to 6. 7 tries to 6. That's how it will finish for the first half. Absolutely frantic action here, Jackson Mills. 13 first half tries.
The clever play at the end there by New South Wales. Sometimes the guys who defend on that right edge, if there's a guy there and a girl gets around, they sort of let her go because they may have the foot speed to chase her down. But on that case, catching the guys out, the girl's got it back on the out and just giving it straight to the winger, and Flanagan goes over. But yeah, you're right. It's been a good game. A lot of tries in the first half. It's just a good display of mixed touch footy.
Well summed up. And it's well positioned here at half-time. It is Queensland with a slender advantage in the mixed opens. They lead 7 tries to 6. All the second half action coming your way live from CX Coffs Harbour International Stadium in about 5 minutes' time.
Players and referees, 1 minute.
Welcome back to the coverage here of the Mixed Opens for the 2022 State of Origin Touch Football Series, live from Coffs Harbour CX International Stadium. Jackson Mills, a terrific first half between these two sides. Queensland with a slender advantage, 7 tries to 6. What would Carly Banks, the coach for New South Wales, have been saying at half-time there to marshal her troops for this second stanza?
I reckon she would have said there's absolutely nothing to worry about. We're toe-to-toe with these guys. If we can go through our structures, get the ball up the other end every single set, the tries are just going to come. They got the skill, they got the strike power. Plus, there's no real one dominant team. The momentum's just been with both of them, to be honest. There's no real standout. It's just been New South Wales, Queensland, just head-to-head at each other. So this is a good game of footy. Let's hope the second half lives up to what we've been talking about.
Yeah, 13 tries in the first half. It has been frenetic action. Queensland just letting New South Wales off the hook there, so they have a chance to work it away from their own end. Edwards shifting it on before straightening, looking to head towards the substitutions box and do exactly that. The transition not too bad either. Thompson, quick feet, picks up plenty of easy meters. Now fresh out there is Atkins, hopping into acting half. Here is Thompson. The cut-up pass comes. Potts links up. Flanagan's got a hat-trick. Well, she collected 4 in the first match last year. 3 here today. I called her, Jackson. I thought she might be in for another 4, and it's on the track.
Beautiful flowing set from New South Wales, doing back to Queensland what Queensland did to New South Wales numerous times in the first half. Just hard, straight, direct running. And it's a good ball, actually, by Dylan Thompson. Don't underestimate the speed of it. It hit Potts within a second of it releasing from his hands, and then Flanagan just walking over. So the ball speed doing the work against Queensland's defence.
Speaking of ball speed, a massive pass out wide there, but Files couldn't find the finish. Just a good amount of pressure there from Flanagan. Of course, we saw Lucia Files absolutely rip it up at the Inferno National Touch League. Bella also doing well so far here today as Rosero moves forward. Files comes in and makes the touch. Flanagan now out acting half and finding support. Up over halfway they come, but the transition not the smoothest here for New South Wales. Dutton drops it off on the last. Here is Edwards. Edwards at pace. Oh, just trying to find a little gap through. Tyler Ward did well, though.
Yeah, just nicks him at the last minute, but good start to the second half from both teams, both hard running. Obviously, the communications come from the coaching staff to be direct and don't take your foot off the throttle. Make sure you're putting in 100% on every single drive, but we see Queensland making it look easy, moving themselves up into the danger zone of New South Wales.
And that man there playing the ball is very dangerous in that area, Wilson Groth, but they went long on this occasion. Did they get it down in time, and was the pass backwards? Yes, the referee is happy with that. Queensland back into the ascendancy, and another try for Katie Mallor. I think that might be her hat-trick.
Good pass from Hegedus. Nice loopy ball, actually giving enough time for Mallor to get it down, but look how quick she goes from the air to the ground. Grabbing the hands right out in front. And a good lesson to all wingers. She's already falling to the ground before she even catches it, giving her enough time to score the try before the defender makes the touch. So what a play between Hegedus and Mallor.
Ooh, that one could have gone either way there. There was a loose foot from Hegedus in to play the ball, but also a little bit sloppy from New South Wales. So Queensland get the run of the green there. Groth marching forward at pace. Hegedus up over halfway. Collision in to play the ball. It'll go the way of Queensland, so another set to play with here. Momentum just beginning to build here for the Maroons. They'll start this one 40 metres away from the opposition line. Or they come through Drew Price. Price holding the ball out in one hand, dancing, darting, weaving, looking like John Travolta, trying to find an opening at the Hoey Moey and get a dance with someone. Now Bob, here comes Price once more off the right foot, and he gets there. Drew Price, oh yes, baby.
Making it look too easy is Drew Price. Literally toying with the New South Wales defence. Look at him off his left, off his right. Watch the step. Watch how fast he gets down to the ground. Off his right, and he's already collapsing. But Price off his right, falling while also stepping off his left. Great play from the youngster, Drew Price.
The Potts nowhere near him in the end, trying to get the touch. Such was the evasiveness of Price. As forward they come now through Bailey Ritchie. Then decides to retreat on his run. Gets Price to come out, who's certainly pumped up after that one. He's thinking around and jiving everywhere. Put him in Scooby-Doo. Here is Sutton, now off to Connor Edwards. A little touch coming in from the link position. Slow things down here, New South Wales. Sutton with a wraparound play from Ritchie. Last play now. Edwards in and away, and then the ball over the top, trying to find support, but Malla held her width very nicely there, Jackson.
The old Red Rooster mousetrap play between Studden and Connor Edwards. Rather than giving it to Studden actually running that unders line, looking for the wrap, he dummies to him and runs straight behind the back. Actually legal in touch football. It's not considered an obstruction unless the defensive line is right up in their face, but missed opportunity by New South Wales. Again, gifting Queensland good field position. I thought that might have been a loose carry, but referee indicating a little cheeky foot in the ruck there. Queensland got some good numbers. Ward, Searle.
All the big guns out there. Carmody there too. He's put just on the 7 metre mark. Here is Carmody again, diving. Did the touch come across in time? Oh, he's certainly not healthy off the back of it, Bailey Ritchie, but he's done enough to prevent the try. We'll just hold things up here. Ritchie went in at a very awkward angle. Also ignore that score on the screen. It's actually 9-7, the official tally. Just crunching, I would say pretty much the entire upper torso, you have to say. Hard to pick exactly what has gone wrong there for Bailey Ritchie.
He still made the effort to say, yes, sir, I got him. Good New South Wales spirit as the medical team.
You know what that reminds me of? Years and years ago, Ryan Girdler taking the intercept, doing the hammy halfway and just continuing to power through. Yeah, Ritchie a bit sore and sorry after that.
He'll be right. He'll be back out there. It's Origin after all. Still now out of half.
Oh, a little touch had to come in as well. Queensland will get another chance at this line, though. This is a very crucial period for the Blues here. Down by 2. And really in a bit of trouble. Carmody, he probably could have taken that himself there. Huge gap that opened up. Oh, Carmody coming back through. Is that going to be enough to see him sent to the sideline? No, referee says incidental. Bit of back chat, though. They'll march the extra 10. Here comes Studden now. You know, head towards the substitutions box and get that changeover. And too much there from Studden, who fended away from Files. Of course, it is touch footy. Sometimes we forget it, given its state of origin. But that's too much, Jackson.
Yeah, a bit of strong contact there by Studden.
They fire it away now. Carmody gets the play off. Searle waits at acting half and now back to Carmody. Waiting in there is Cat Stevens. I really wanted to score a try. I've got something for that, Jackson. Don't you worry. Carmody. Stevens. Carmody again. Carmody. Oh, good footwork. Stopped on a dime. Stevens caught now. Here comes Searle. Searle flicks it back to Carmody. Opens up for them nicely. Oh, brilliantly done. Shut down from Jess Rosario. Rosero, should I say. Co-captain along with Jared Rodimer. That's why, leading by example there. But more pressure now coming from Queensland. Ward is out there.
Oh.
He says, don't you dare try and get another set from that. It wasn't up to New South Wales. That comes in from Williams. Searle, short pass. Oh, good pressure once more. Rodimer.
That link hole was massive between Rodimer and Rosario out there. There it is.
Play Ward. Oh, what a pass that is from Tyler Ward. Well, he's absolutely picked them apart like a surgeon performing open heart surgery. That is absolutely ripping.
You could see it from a mile away. There was a hole there that the touch before, and they've gone straight back to it. Look at Rodimer just coming across the line, not moving up into the passing lane, gifting Queensland an easy try, just punching straight through, making it look too easy, and a penalty being gifted here for New South Wales. Again, good field position for them.
So 10-7 the official score. Ignore that score on the screen itself. However, we can now make that 10-8 as diving in is Matthew Atkins. We haven't seen a great deal of Atkins so far in this match, but a good little injection there.
A nice little play from Thompson out of half, linking up with Matthew Atkins. The 2 tries in it. There's plenty of time left in touch football. 2 tries, that can come in a minute.
We've got plenty on there as well on that clock. It's 11 minutes roughly. And we've already scored 19 tries across these two sides. You're right, Jackson. It certainly isn't much of a mountain, more of a molehill at this point for New South Wales. Price, once more, those dancing feet. Looking very sharp. Bob, weaves and fires a long ball. Flanagan, though, that is wonderfully covered in defence. Last play now for Queensland. James Price to Jamin Bob off the right foot. Oh, the sharp dummy came out. You were up for it, Jackson.
I fell for it. I thought he actually gave it.
He started looking at the other field. Here comes Potts now moving forward. Flanagan, it's very slow, the exchange here from the sideline with New South Wales. Up over halfway, they finally come. Studden, a bit disjointed at the moment, the Blues. Studden turns it back on the inside, finding Ritchie. Now they get a bit of movement here with Edwards. Off to Studden, good in and away. Studden puts it in the afterburners. He gets all the way into the backfield. Great turn for Clay Studden. He picks up where he left off in 2021. That's beautiful stuff.
Bit of something out of nothing. New South Wales really struggling to get into their own half, and Queensland just letting them play around with the ball. And Studden kicking his way through between the Price brothers. It's a good try nonetheless by New South Wales. I believe that's brought the margin to 1.
Yeah, 10-9. Official score piece. Slight glitch at the moment on the screen, so apologies for that. Long pass coming out. Closest it finds is the Queensland Rugby League sign, or should I say touch football sign, certainly not Rugby League. Off they come now with Studden. 15 away. So they've somehow managed to get their way back into this contest here, the Blues. For mine, still been very much a case of Queensland having the momentum in this second half. But let's come up with it. Fancy little flick there as Williams gets into the action. And a good transition too. Rosero, dummy on the inside. Now Rodimer's there. Rosero, dinking, weaving, great cutout ball. Williams with a bit of speed. Flanagan popped back in off the wings. He was looking for try number 4, just couldn't find it though.
Not a bad finish though for New South Wales, putting Queensland in the corner. They've got to go the length here. The margin is only 1. But New South Wales probably gathering a bit of momentum back after that set, really getting their head down going forward. The New South Wales can't afford to give away a penalty.
Here's James Hegedus off the right foot. Williams got the touch in. Still danger here. Great little flick came out. Nearly worked too. Roth wanted it. Very pretty play from Russell. New South Wales are up to it. Williams tries to earn his side a penalty and does exactly that. Milked it beautifully. Rosero.
Tell you what, Wilson won't be happy with that. The try was there. The ball was there. He fumbled it, unfortunately, but he's not going to be happy with himself. That's literally a try gone begging for the Maroons on that occasion.
New South Wales certainly won't mind though as Potts comes forward. Another very rough play the ball. Yeah, that one certainly was on Potts. Don't think that was a stray foot on that occasion.
A little bit forward. The referee just conversing with Captain Dylan Thompson. Captain on the field, I should say.
Here is Groth moving forward. We know he can stretch from a long distance. Can't score from that far out, despite how tall he is. Still got half of the field to go. Malla tips it on now to Mai. Of course, Rebecca also playing in the tournament, just not in this division. Bob. Here is Bob. That's going to be an incorrect play of the ball. Well, it was opening up there for Queensland. I think had they done that correctly, it would have been James Price through untouched.
Well, he's called it forward pass, so I assume it's gone forward off the ruck for Queensland. But New South Wales, can they capitalise? A bit slow through this transition. Can they get a good drive on in touches 4 and 5?
And Flanagan looking very slow in particular out there. She's spent the entirety of the match on the field. Get to have a break. Edwards over the top. This time Flanagan, though, makes no mistake. She's in again. It's another 4-try haul for her.
She was calling for it. She had the arm up saying, hit me, and hitting her exactly what they did. She's calling for it. And New South Wales delivering through the pass of Connor Edwards. He has stepped up, Connor Edwards.
It's a great ball from Connor. Flanagan, of course, picked up 6 tries across the 3 matches last year, including 4 in that first match against Queensland, including that rather infamous now length of the field intercept try that she managed to collect. You and I were on that call, Jackson.
He's cramping over here in the sub box. Flanagan.
That certainly explains why she was a little bit sluggish to play before scoring, so did an even better job in hindsight to have managed to get across the line. And speaking of getting across the line, Carmody has made some of those New South Wales defenders look rather silly there.
Rosario not happy. He thinks he got back to the line. Referee calling play through. It was a great read, though, by Rosario to crack Carmody back on the inside. Is he short there? Yeah, he's still about a metre out. Good call by the ref. Play through was the correct decision, and Carmody taking full advantage of that.
The time certainly flies when you're having fun. Just 5 minutes left in this fixture now. Can't believe we've already had 35 minutes to play. It's gone very, very quickly. New South Wales down by just 1. Plenty of time still on the clock, though, for them to launch some sort of a comeback here. Thompson, what a long ball that is. All popping back on the inside. Was that a touch from Queensland? No, first indiscretion from New South Wales. I think that might have been potentially suggested the pop back was forward. See if we can get a replay here.
If she plays the ball, it's not a penalty. She's played the ball, so they've pulled it ball down. But if Katie Mallett doesn't touch it, New South Wales score on the inside.
Interesting call, and of course Mallett didn't take it cleanly herself, so you're right, that should have been another set.
And that's got to be ball down, yeah. It's got to be ball down.
There we go.
There we go.
A bit of karma coming into the equation here.
The touch football gods have spoken, given New South Wales some good field position. Electing to go straight to the sub box, trying to get a few strike players on. Potts and Thompson come from the field, and it's Studden just can't do anything. There's no one at half.
Flanagan was slow to get there, but
Queensland have numbers right. They shift it.
At least she was there. There was no one else on the field. Price comes forward now. It's all a bit slow from both sides. I guess it has been incredibly quick the entire duration of it, so they're just out on their feet, both teams. Here is Price playing the ball. Bob now hops up. Drew Price back off the right foot. Oh, that's sensational for Bob. Unbelievable stuff. What a finish for Drew Price. Threw them in and absolutely sold it.
That's touch football for you. Drew Price coming off the right foot, looking as if he's going to dive at the line. Passes in the action of scoring.
Oh.
Just looking into the eyes of Rachel Jeffs as he puts the ball across the try line. What a try from Queensland.
That is a lot to contend with. Oh, Williams just leaves it behind. They'll get another chance here, though. New South Wales. Jackson, you can take the hands off your head. They're not done with yet just here. For the margin back out to 2, though. 13 tries, 2-11. New South Wales need to hit back here. Rosero, short of the line, all jamming in nicely.
Stevens.
Spot on. He put on the pressure. Rodimer is out there as well. Rosero and Rodimer, the two R's, operating through the middle. No touch call. Ward finally does make it now. Rosero, long ball over the top. Flanagan wants forward, but she's left it behind. That time I am with you with the hands on the head.
It was actually a good tracking defensive play there by Files as well, because Files coming across puts Flanagan under a bit more pressure than she would if Files just gave up on the play. So great effort late there by Files. Possibly a try saver, if not a game saver, because if New South Wales score there, that momentum shifts.
Instead, they still find themselves with a bit of ground to make up. 2 tries is the margin, 13-11. Here comes Queensland through Wilson Groth. Drops it off now. Hegedus. Oh, what a ball that is from Hegedus. That's brilliant. Marmar goes in, and Queensland have probably wrapped that up now.
Yeah, and we spoke about it before. Queensland do it so good. They just go so fast forward, so direct at the New South Wales defence. And Hegedus just taking Williams short, getting him to turn his shoulders short side. As soon as he identifies it, comes straight off his left foot, putting Mai through that link hole again. They've been very victorious, Queensland, through that link hole. So New South Wales going to have to do some defensive analysis, especially on that left-hand defensive edge.
Yeah, with the margin of 3, you dare say it's probably too much to get back, although Potts reduces it back to 2. There could potentially be enough time. They might just get beaten by the clock here, though, Jackson.
Depends how Queensland handle the game now. Bit of gamesmanship starts to come into it. You know, not really rushing into anything. Maybe throw the ball around a bit more than usual. You watch. I bet you there's a deliberate pass over the sideline. Paying $1.50 for someone to throw it over the sideline.
Not bad odds. Not bad at all.
Exactly as we talk about. A bit of gamesmanship. No rush. No need to get the ball. Oh, I thought... Was that a little bobble?
It certainly looked like a bobble. I also didn't realise Cameron Smith was involved in the touch football setup, but apparently he's been training them as well. Price comes forward. Now James Price, did they get back on side here? Blake Potts. Jess Potts is also there. Neither brother nor sister decided they could get there in time, and that will well and truly wrap things up here for Queensland. Another try for James Price, and that will be the ball game 15-12 with about 10 seconds left, Jackson.
There's 3 players there. Surely someone got him.
Blake Potts
They're all
saying,
just
not me.
They're all just looking at each other, but there you go. Queensland, the first game Queensland have won this Origin campaign. The 30s, it was New South Wales. 20s men's, it was New South Wales. 20s women's, it was New South Wales. Now Queensland on the front foot in the Opens division.
Now, worth mentioning as well, of course, those are the stadium fixtures. We don't have the complete results around the grounds. There are plenty of other fields occurring here. We've got fields 2 and 3 also in the background, and then there's plenty of fields out the back too. But you're right, Jackson. On our main stage, it'll certainly be a day to savour so far for New South Wales. But there is still more action to come your way. Plenty of exciting fixtures. And Scott McAllister will be the man to bring it to you. We move next to the Women's Open division. Been a pleasure having your company, though, from James Preston, myself, and Jackson Mills.